going on, everyone? Hope you are having a great day. Today we are in the 2018 Camry XSE V6. A big thank you to Liberty Toyota for giving me this fine automobile while the Tundra is in the shop getting the head dent fixed. So what I did yesterday, I did something a little bit different. I took this car for a nice ride, which I don't normally do. I didn't have a camera or anything. I just went out, took it for a ride for a couple hours, and really got to learn a lot about the car. And the reason I did that is because I can see myself actually owning this car. And if you're a subscriber of mine, and if you've been on the channel a while, you know that I'm trying to trade my Scion FRS in for one of these things. I'm in love with this car. But in driving it around, I learned some things I like, I learned some things I dislike, and I also learned, which will be the point of this video, something that this vehicle needs to put it over the top as far as sales go. So one thing to note about this car right away, it is just a different animal. If you're thinking Toyota Camry, you're probably thinking like everyone else in Toyota's mind, which is, it's kind of a boring car. It's a point A to point B car. There's nothing stylish about it. It's just kind of there. Boring is the word that you hear a lot when it comes to the Toyota Camry. The response to that is building this XSE V6, and there's even an XSE, which is a 4-cylinder, but has a lot of great styling. But this car, 301 horsepower in a Camry, unbelievable power delivery. It's got paddle shifters, it's got sport mode. The thing is amazing. I did hear some people saying that they don't like the transmission in this car. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, because, you know, I went into it with an open mind twice now, and I love it both times. And again, I'm not trying to do that thing where I'm all about Toyota, you know, I'm gonna give it good marks. If you guys watch my channel a long time, you know I'm very honest with my reviews. But when you put this thing in sport mode like it's in right now, the thing revs out nice, it just feels fast. And the good part about it, and the different part of the FRS, being that's my second car, Scion FRS, is, you know, handling. So the FRS is known for its great handling. This car has unbelievable handling, especially for a big boat like a Camry. The difference between the FRS and this car when it comes to handling is obviously weight. So it's a feeling of when you go down in the corner in the FRS, you know, it grabs into the corner right away. You feel like you're planted the entire time through the corner. This car has a good amount of body roll. So when you go down into the corner, you're shocked at how much the car grabs in the corner, but it still gives you a little looseness to where it feels like a lot of fun. So everything about this car I've enjoyed while driving it around. I love the setup on the inside. I feel like it's a very premium setup, very modern looking versus, you guys know I come from the Tundra, which is not very modern looking at all on the inside. It's just really well set up for the driver. Everything is reachable. If I have to give one negative on the interior is I just wish there was a tray to just put stuff. So on the seat next to me, I have my keys, I have my phone. And that's fine if I have to use the seat, that's cool, whatever. But like if I have somebody with me, you know, where am I gonna put it? They put up here under the dashboard, they put a charger for a phone, like a wireless charger, which you could use. You could turn it off and use it for a little bit of storage, but overall it does lack a little bit of interior placing space, but is what it is. 2 cup holders, which are fun, everything that matters to your everyday, you know, daily driver that this car would be. So with all that said, this car is, like I said, Toyota's answer to the Camry's boring. Well, they said, oh yeah, check this out. They came out with this. This is geared way more to the younger buyer. This is geared more toward the enthusiast, like me, a Toyota enthusiast. This is something that's a lot of fun. And Lexus obviously offers a lot of fun cars as well, but it's good to see the Toyota badge on something like this. It really shows me that they're going above and beyond and trying to just change it up a little bit, which is all we really ever wanted, right? Something a little bit different. So now I want to talk about the thing that really this video is all about, and that is what the Camry XSE V6 needs. There's one more thing this car needs. This car needs an all-wheel drive model. And what I mean by that is, if this car had an all-wheel drive edition or model or whatever, people would be all over us. That's the only thing it's lacking. Right now it's front-wheel drive, it has a lot of power. If this had an all-wheel drive setup under it, it'd be even more powerful, it'd feel crazier, it would be awesome. In my opinion, if this had an all-wheel drive setup under it, it could take on vehicles that are out of its class. And what I mean by that is like Audi, BMW. Of course, Audi and BMWs are way more expensive, you know, luxury features, better quality on the inside. But Toyota, you know what? You'd be there. Because this car, I'm telling you, guys, go try it if you haven't. This car feels amazing as far as fit and finish. When I got into the Camry the first time, you know, I expected it to be a Camry. I expected it to be everything, again, I always say this, to get me from point A to point B. Cup holders, stuff like that. But just everything about this car just feels top notch to me. It feels like they went out of their way. This became the designer and creator's baby. They took their time with it and they did it right. All this vehicle needs is an all-wheel drive system. And I also propose that Toyota does not give an all-wheel drive system to any other trims of Camry. Okay, make it an exclusive XSE V6 all-wheel drive. That's the one Camry that's all-wheel drive, at least for a few years in the start. One thing that I feel like Toyota lacks in a little bit is keeping certain things exclusive. For example, the Tundra came out with the TRD Pro. Okay, the TRD Pro is a high demand truck. It's a special edition Tundra. But the problem is with the TRD Pro is, as a regular Tundra owner, you can go out and buy all the parts you want to build your truck into a TRD Pro. Now, on one hand, that's really cool, and it's actually Toyota's salute to their owners who already have the truck. Hey guys, you don't need to go buy another truck. Just put these parts on your existing truck. And I think that's great. But also, the people who go out and spend the money on the TRD Pro feel kind of like, you know, you're not looking after me as somebody who bought a TRD Pro. I wanted a truck to be exclusive. The Ford Raptor, for instance, exclusive. The Ford Raptor is on its own chassis, it's its own thing. But when it comes, oh yeah, it's so fast, I'm telling you. The torque is unbelievable. Sorry. But that's the thing, what I want to see with the XSE V6. So right now, you have two sides of the coin as far as people with this vehicle. On one side, you got people like me saying, this thing is amazing, I love it. And, you know, just while I'm talking to you, I want to lighten up my life a little bit. Like that, if you could see that going back right there, I hope you can. You know, panoramic roof, guys. This thing has everything you'd ever wanted. But on one hand, you have people like me that absolutely love this car. And then, on the other hand, you have people that just can't break out of the mold, and they keep saying, well, it's a Camry, dude. I understand it's a Camry, but it's a different kind of Camry. The only thing that makes this thing a Camry is the badge on it, because this thing's powerful. But if this was an all-wheel drive, XSE V6 all-wheel drive, and that was the banner vehicle for Toyota as far as the Camry goes, it would be something special. There would be a waiting list for this car, for sure, in my opinion, of course. Because they already market the XSE V6 as, you know, the top Camry. This is the one they debuted at the auto show first. And of course, there's the XLE, which is more of the luxury edition. But I don't see the point in that. I mean, I do, I get it, it's sweet, and it has a different look, and that probably goes more to the older buyer. But in this car, you get all the luxury type features, but a way sportier look. I don't know. It's just a lot of goodness that comes out of this car. Very few things that I dislike, like I said. A little bit of storage issue on the inside, barely. And I don't know how I feel about diving into the corner with it. It's got great handling, like I said, but again, it's still heavy, and the body roll does come into play. So what I would have to do to this vehicle if I ever bought it, which I still am actively trying to buy this car. I'm telling you, this is something special. I would like to hold on to this for a long time, but I don't keep my vehicle stock. So the few things that I would like to do to it, they don't make anything for it. There's no TRD parts available for it. So I would have to figure this out. But the things I'd like to do is maybe add a couple sway bars, strut bars, front and rear. Just that would be the final nail in the coffin on getting this thing to handle the way I want it. Slight little adjustments there. Number two, it's not loud enough. All right, it's the XSE V6. I have it in sport mode, 301 horsepower. Slams you back in your seat when you put the pedal to the metal. But the problem is there's no sound that accompanies it. And that might be a me thing. I like cars when they're loud. Not obnoxious, but just a little bit louder. That's kind of my thing. I'm sure a bunch of you agree with me out there. Most of you are truck owners. But I do like a car when I put my foot down the pedal, I can hear it. And if you want to boast a 300 horsepower engine, give me a little more exhaust. And of course, I would want to add a cold air intake to let that engine, you know, give me a little screamage when I'm doing it. But those are the basic things that I would change. It has LED lights all the way around, panoramic roof. We got some leather trim seats. You got Intune 3.0 app suite. Like, it has everything you need. I love the dash layout. It has a heads-up display in front of you on the windshield showing you the speed you're going. And it's under 40 grand. So, like, it's right where it needs to be. That's a big high five to Toyota. There you go, Toyota. You get your high five right there. It's one of those vehicles that if I saw it and didn't know the pricing on it, I would say, oh, at least $45,000, especially because this is kind of like their top tier, of course, like I said, XLE, all the luxury stuff, but this is the one they're marketing to everyone. This is the one they're using in NASCAR, go Eric Jones. But like, I appreciate the fact that it's under 40, and you know, compared to its competitors, this thing is night and day different, and in my opinion, better. But if any of the competitors want to send me a vehicle to test to go against this, and I will give you my views on, please feel free, Honda. I'm ready. Let's roll. But anyway, guys, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know below. Comment away. Twitter and Instagram at ToucherDude34. Like I said, all this thing really needs now, all-wheel drive, right? And just in this trim level. Let me know what you feel about that. Have a good one, and thank you for watching. The Tundra should be returning tomorrow, so I'll see you then.